Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get to this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find my background music? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? Where do I find the advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So, if you want to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Greetings, guys, and happy holidays, and welcome to the Christmas edition of Marvel Tuesday. Well, I was recently going to go on break and get into the topics, but there's no topics, so this is an episode, a Christmas episode of Iron Man 3. Yeah, that's right. And it's just, it's just really cold in the state of Texas. And of course, we're going to be talking about is Iron Man 3. Yeah, which Marvel already confirmed that it's a Christmas movie. At first, we're going to get to the details, and then, of course, we're going to go to a full review. But, before I start this episode, a quick disclaimer. It's not a spoiler warning, because it's past due. This movie's released in 2013, and it's Iron Man 3, which is ironically aired on May, but the film takes place during Christmas time. So if you did not see it, go see it now. Well, you're not warned or anything like that. It's just Marvel had confirmed it's a holiday movie. So we're going to go to the details first. Okay, the details, of course, is about the story of Iron Man 3. One with, of course, Marvel, of course. This film is about a terrorist named the Mandarin. With an international terrorist in a Persian. In a Persia, played by Ben Kingsley. But I'm going to reveal it later on with the full detail. But and of course, he destroyed Tony Stark's property. So that means Iron Man is a presumed dead. Because of the Mandarin just destroyed his property after calling him out. And I gotta say, the casts are, of course, we already know that Jon Favreau's in it, Robert Downey Jr.'s in it, and Gwen Paltrow's in it. And of course, that's what I'm saying, of course. But we got Guy Pearce playing one of the characters. And we got Ben Kingsley playing the Mandarin. And we got, of course, Rebecca Hall, I think. Who play one in the New Year's, who I'm going to mention, of course, on, I'm going to mention on the full detail. Of course. In the action sequence, Oh yeah, the action, of course. Of course there's the action. And it's really intense. That gave me chills, you know? It's better than Iron Man 1's action, better than Iron Man 2's action, and Iron Man 3, ooh, it's bringing chill to my spines. And no, I'm not talking about the damn cold weather, either. Damn winter. You know, that because it's chilly, that doesn't mean I'm frozen solid. But, you know what I mean, of course. The next one I'll be talking about is the Stan Lee cameo. Yes, another Stan Lee cameo. Even though, of course, we already know he passed away last year in November 2018. But of course, he did cameos before his passing. But Marvel, of course, got a cameo of a judge from the Christmas pageant. The scene with the Christmas pageant. So my final thoughts on this is an amazing Marvel Cinematic Universe film. The beginning of Phase 2. It is the beginning of Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. After the exciting conclusion of Phase 1 with the Avengers, which is an exciting conclusion. And this is the exciting prologue, of course, for Iron Man 3. The beginning of Phase 2. But yes, this is why, in Christmas, of course, now we are going to go to the full review. Okay, this is a quick disclaimer. This is not a spoiler warning, everyone. This film is in 2013. But I'm telling you, if you have not seen it, watch it now. It's not a spoiler warning or anything. That film was released 6 years ago. But, like I say, this is a Christmas movie. Just add this to your Christmas list and add it to the Christmas movies on Marvel Tuesday. That's my only suggestion. This is a suggestion that you need to watch this because it is a Christmas movie from Marvel, as confirmed by Kevin Feige. It's not a spoiler warning. It was from 6 years ago. If Anchor would have made that in 2013, and then of course, or 2014, then I would give you a spoiler warning. But instead, this is just a quick disclaimer. Well, here we go. Okay, we begin with, of course, Iron Man, or Tony Stark, making an introduction. But then we see the mock Iron Man suits blown up. And what's causing this? But that's not how it begins. And then we cut to, of course, the Marvel Studios intro. Well, of course, Marvel, the Marvel logo, that's what we begin with. And then blue by, of course, Eiffel65. The same guys that did a remix of Bad Touch and then cut to Paramount, which is the last one under Paramount before it's officially become its own company, with Disney taking charge. It played, blue da be dee da. And then, of course, we got to, with Tony Stark and not Pepper Potts. And it's at the New Year's Eve. And it's at New Year's Eve. Party met a scientist named Maya Hansen. And those two were dating, of course, with the experiment regenerative name Extremis, which does allow from crippling injuries. But then, of course, Tony Stark and Maya meets with a disabled scientist named Aldrich Killian, who offered them a place at the company, Advanced Ideas, and Next. But Tony, however, he rejects that request. Rejects the offer. And although when they go to the vets, they're getting romantic, and then, of course, with Happy, played by Jon Favreau, with a mullet, touches the plant, and then, of course, take cover! Yep, he is taking cover. Which is... thought it was Y2K, but it set off the fireworks. Happy New Year! The year 2000. And then we cut to 12 years later, in December, which is 7 months later after the events of the Avengers, with the Battle of New York. Stark, however, is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder and is having frequent panic attacks due to experience of alien invasions. But regardless, he has built tons of new Iron Man suits to cope with his insomnia, great friction with his girlfriend, Pepper Potts. But although he did create a Mach 42, we got on a suit, and then of course the suit was taken out. And then of course we cut to the programming by the Mandarin, played by Ben Kingsley. It's just making threats towards the president, the fictional president of the United States. And of course, the president was played by hold on. No. Oh yeah, Ellis, played by William Sadler. And of course, but again, of course, Pepper meeting Killian, and then shown the light. Sorry, shown the Extremis with the brain functionality, but she turned it down, of course. And she, of course, turned that one down. And then, with Happy Hogan being a spy. And then Pepper Potts came in and see Tony Stark in a Mach 42. Well, okay, he's controlling the Mach 42. But still, he is, of course, Iron Man. But it turns out he's just doing the suit. And then, of course, he was spying. He was, of course, spying on Killian. And Pepper Potts was in disbelief. And then I would skip the shower. Well, okay, they're owned by Disney after all, so not allowed to do that. And then cuts to the bedroom. Yeah, I watched it on Disney Plus, so yeah. And then we see him, of course, having a nightmare, which is after, of course, the Battle of New York. And then the Iron Man's Mach suit, of course, was touching Pepper Potts, and she was damn terrified. But then, what's acting that way is, of course, And then Happy Hogan went to the theater at, of course, the Chinese theater in Hollywood. Of course, had met with one of the soldiers, the Mandarin suit, part of AIM, and then blew himself up, of course, injuring Happy. Well, oh wait, hold on. Are you sure he's injured? He looks like he's dead. And then, of course, we got, of course, the Mandarin. Another Mandarin interruption. And then we cut to Happy Hogan. Well, we heard a heart monitor. Means he's still breathing, but he's injured. And then, of course, with Pepper Potts and Tony Stark on his bedside. And then Stark, of course, do a bodily televised threat to the Mandarin, revealing his home address. And then here comes Maya. You know, this coming here, of course. Just trying to warn Tony about the attacks, but she is too late. So Stark goes flying and Potts go flying, but the suit got into her. And she's, of course, you know. And while Stark is trying to escape the other suit, but although, of course, can't fly. So he fell in the water, Jarvis has saved him, and then, of course, he went flying to, of course, to Rose Park, Tennessee. But although landing on the snow, stranded 5 minutes from Rose Park. So, yeah, that's gonna be a trouble. And then, of course, he just starting to complain towards Pepper Potts about, you know, and apologizing to her. And then, of course, we get to Harley, who meets Tony Stark, but not in a friendly way. And then, of course, he meets, knows he's Iron Man. And then here comes Tony Stark, acting like a total dum to that kid. And then, of course, leaving him a message. But then he investigates the local explosion, bearing the hallmarks of the Mandarin tech. Discovered the bombings were triggered by soldiers subject to extremists whose body explosively rejects the treatment. These explosions were falsely attributed to a terrorist plot, and the Mandarin agents Savin and Brandit attack him. Stark kills Brandit and implicates Savin, while Killian reserves, well, this is gonna be a full detail, so, full recap. And then Harley, of course, saves him, but Stark is the one who saved him. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, of course, Killian came in and kidnaps Pepper Potts, and Maya just, and that's that's what he did. And there's a AIA, American Intelligence Agency, continues to search the Mandarin's location with James Rhodes, the former War Machine, now rebranded as the Iron Patriot, to lure the trap to steal his Iron Man-like armor. But then we see, of course, the next one, with the Mandarin killing the one. And then, so, one lesson to the president not to send the dogs on him. Not to send the dogs on him. Though they can't save the president now. And although Stark traces the battle to Miami, and then infiltrates for improvised weapons, but however, he is discovered by the Mandarin is actually the English actor named Trevor Slattery. Wait. So, that's not the real Mandarin, that's the fake Mandarin, who's actually an Englishman actor, played by an Englishman actor. Huh. Well, blimey then. I think we should discover this recap. Who is oblivious to actions carried out on his image. Killian, who appointed Hassan's extremist research as a cure for his own disabilities, and expand the programming to include injured war veterans, revealed he is the real Mandarin behind Slattery's cover. Alright then, alright? Well, Stark, however, of course, Seven hits him with knocks him out with a pistol. No, he didn't pull the trigger, just knock him out with the pistol in his hand. And then Stark's been captured, and Killian reveals that he has subjected Potts to Extremis in the hope that Stark will help fix Extremis' flaws while trying to save her. But then Maya, of course, carries that thing, is going to do it herself, but nope, I won't allow her to do it, but instead, Killian killed her while she's trying to stop him. And then, of course, he escaped. Although Killian did a counter with Rhodes, with James Rhodes, by using the heat on his abdomen, on the Iron Patriot's abdomen, they got him out, and he got knocked out, and then Sabin, of course, takes control of the Iron Patriot. And Killian attempts to attack President Ellis. All aboard to Air Force One. And no, everyone, this is not the president played by Harrison Ford from that movie, but the vice president, voiced by, of course, played by Glenn Close. Well, there was already a movie called Air Force One with Star Wars Harrison Ford and 101 Dalmatian star, and also the S.H.I.E.L.D. star, Glenn Close. But although Stark kills Seven, saving the passengers group, but cannot stop Killian from abducting Ellis and destroying Air Force One. Ah, man. Well, Well, and I'm glad it would never happen in real life because that would be very, very, very bad. Though the vice president will become the puppet leader following Killian's order, in exchange for Stravis to cure his young daughter's disability. On the platform, Stark works to save Pods as Rhodes goes after the president. Stark summons his remaining Iron Man suits, controlled remotely by Jarvis, to provide air support. And then he's like, Merry Christmas. Well, there's no War Machine, you know? There's no suit for you. I mean, Terrence Howard said someday. Well, he got replaced by Don Cheadle. No? I'm fine with Don Cheadle. I mean, I got nothing against him. I mean, he was on Reign Over Me, a drama. He was also in Hotel for Dogs. And he was also in some of the movies, you know? But back to the topic. Rhodes had secured the president, takes him safely while Stark discovers Paz has survived an extremist posture. Before he can save her, a rig collapses on them and she falls to the platform below. With Stark yelling, Pepper, and then I was really, really shocked. There that she died, of course, you know. Well, of course, he's, Killian, of course, survived. And then, of course, and then puts on the suit. And, of course, puts on the suit. And an explosion after Stark ordered Jarvis to destroy the Mach 42. And then, of course, we got we got to reveal that Killian is the real Mandarin. And they try to kill him. And then Pepper Potts, of course, gets really angry. And then destroys Killian to save Stark. Well, kills him. And yes. And Stark orders Jarvis to destroy all the Iron Man suits, of course. Operation Clean Slate. And he's like, screw it. It's Christmas. And the president is safe. The vice president is impeached. And Travis Slattery is arrested. And with Stark's help, Potts extremists are stabilized. And Stark promises to scale back his life as Iron Man, undergoing surgery to remove sharp elements art, the obsolete chest arc reactor into the sea. And yes, and he keeps on talking, closing out with, even without technology, he will always be Iron Man. So yeah, I really enjoyed Iron Man 3. I know you guys are thinking, but it's not a Christmas film, it's released in May. Well guys, Marvel confirmed that Iron Man 3 is indeed a Christmas movie. I mean, why didn't Disney Plus add that to the holidays? They didn't add Iron Man 3 to the holidays. I mean, that should have been on November and instead of May. Well, then it will be average start with Thor if it was released on May. And then we get to Iron Man 3, which is actually an excellent start of Phase 2. And that's what I'm saying, of course. Alright guys, it's time to end the episode. Alright guys, that's gonna do about it for Marvel Tuesday on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, that is. Well, I know. Well, I recorded the episode of the Wednesday Awakens bonus content this afternoon, but you know what else? But you know what? It's gonna be published on Christmas Day because I gotta relax on Christmas Day, everybody. But this one you have tuned in, and of course, that's what I'm saying. Alright guys, that's gonna do about it for me. I will see you guys in 2020, and however guys, I will see you there, and we are going to be the Wednesday Weekend, and of course, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.